like to give it a quick second here before we start. And oops, just give me one moment. Let me grab something before we do. Alright, excellent. Because my phone doesn't like to stay charged when I'm doing a live, so I have to make sure we stay charged. So, today is daily motivation, 365 days of consistency, doing the same things over and over again till they become habit. And I just want to wear my festive hat today because it's Hump Day Wednesday. And you gotta get optimistic about something. Hey Tasha, how's it going? So today, I want to talk to you about how to stay optimistic in negative current circumstances. How do you do that? When things are looking terrible, things aren't looking good, things aren't looking up, how do you keep a smile on your face? How do you stay optimistic? How do you stay happy during the rough patches of our lives? Because it's always going to happen. We live in an ebb and flow reality. So you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. It's just part of life. But how do you, when you do have those down times, those valley times, how do you stay optimistic for the next peak? So 3 ways how I do it in my own life. How do I stay optimistic? Number 1 is I realized years and years ago that life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Again, I'll repeat that. Life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. So, Rich, what does that mean? It means even those down moments, even those valley moments are working for your overall good. They're working for your overall good. You know, it reminds me of a story. I was in South Florida several years ago before I got back with Jasmine. And I remember having a very tough time there. A very tough time there where I actually lost my job. I remember the first week I was actually applying for this job. Actually, I lost one job and I was going to get hired for another. And the very first day I was supposed to get there, I get caught in this complete traffic jam in Miami, Florida. And I got there an hour and a half late. And the guy was so peeved at me, he said, you know what? Forget it. I'm pulling back my offer. We don't want to hire you. And I was very down at that moment because it was supposed to be a great commission. You know, I was thinking about what I was going to buy. I was thinking about the money I was going to make. And all these great positive things that I thought that I wanted was not going to come to fruition. So I was very depressed about that moment. And I ended up moving back to Orlando, Florida because of it. And I got on one of my first weeks back, I got on LinkedIn to find a new job. Hey, Amy, thank you for your like. And if I don't shout you out, sometimes I can't see you. Facebook does not always show me everyone. But I ended up moving back to Orlando, Florida. In my very first week when I moved back, I went on LinkedIn. I went on LinkedIn to look for a job. And one of the very first people that was suggested to me that I interacted with was Jasmine Zayas, my ex-girlfriend at the time, who ends up being my wife and the mother of my child. But if I never lost that job in Miami, I would have never moved back to Orlando. I would have never been looking for a job, and I would never have met or rekindled the relationship to my now wife and the mother of my children. Hey, thank you. It's a little festive hat. Amy says she likes my hat. So life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Even those negative moments, they're actually leading you to what you truly, really want, what you were meant to have, your overall destiny. Because sometimes we have these erroneous ideas of what we want, but usually it's stemmed out of ego, it's stemmed out of wanting what other people have, or it stems from this thing that we think we should be having. But our overall soul wants something more. My soul wanted to be married to this woman. My soul wanted me to connect with her and have a child with her and have her be my wife. That was my soul wanted. But my ego said, no, I want money. But the soul will always win in that aspect. So life is not happening to you. It's happening for you. Number 2 way on how to stay optimistic during the negative current circumstances and situations are, I have some notes here, is Your current attitude is always leading to your future. See, where you are right now is just a summation. Hey, Miriam, thank you for watching. Where you are right now is just a summation of all your past thoughts, feelings, and deeds. That's it. And choices. That's it. Everywhere you are exactly at this moment, in this point in time, is just a summation of your past thoughts, feelings, actions, and choices. So those thoughts that you have now, the feelings that you have now, the actions that you're taking now, and the choices you're making now are actually leading to your future, which one day will be your now. So to have a better now, you have to be good now. So when you become optimistic, if you say, well, if I'm happy now, I'm gonna be happy in the future. If I make positive choices now, I'm gonna have a positive future. If I have this positive feeling and emotions that I carry now, it's gonna lead me to a positive future. I talk about it in Destiny on Purpose, how to get what you truly want out of life. But it all stems from what you do now is the building blocks for your future. So if you want a positive future, you have to be positive now. I talk about it in my book, The Nerd Who Saved the Universe, as well. Ernest had to get himself positive in his negative circumstance then in order to have a positive future later. So how you feel now is always leading you to where you're going. So if you want a positive future, you have to embody it now. Where I'm at now came from where I was thinking in the past, how I was feeling in the past, the actions I took in the past, and the choices I made from the past that led me to my futures. And lastly, number three way is how to stay optimistic during negative circumstances and situations. How do you stay optimistic for the future when your current situation is negative? Number 3 is pay attention to your plan. Pay attention to your plan. What do you mean by that, Rich? You and I, we all should have a plan for the future. Well, where do we want to live? How many kids do we want to have? What kind of income do we want? What kind of job or career do we want to have? What do we want? And we should have a plan, a vision, a goal for our future. And then pay attention. Maybe this down moment is the catalyst to that future that you want. I always told myself that I wanted to be in construction. I actually wanted to change the construction industry. Just being in it myself, I realized there's a lot of things that could be changed. And so what I did was I thought to myself, I would love to change this industry. And what happened was I went to this one career, this one job, this one position that drove me nuts. My manager drove me nuts, the owner drove me nuts, everyone drove me nuts. And what happened was I got so frustrated that I ended up going to classes and applying for my general contractor's license. And I got it. And I know myself, I would have never have taken the time to study, because it was a big test. It's not a game. But I would never took my time to study it, took the exam, actually took off work to take the exam. I took my vacation time to take that exam to get that license. And I would never have done it if this current situation wasn't so frustrating. If everything was pillows and soft and everything was great and grand there, I would have never why would I want to leave? I said, I love this job. This place is great. I don't want to get my own license. But since it was so terrible for me, it motivated me. It motivated me to get that license. See, your current situation might be the motor, the motivator, the life pushing you toward that overall vision that you wanted for your own life. Even for I never would have started my publishing company if I didn't have such a bad experience for my first publisher. I had such a terrible experience with my first publisher. I said, you know what? I'm never going that route again. I'm going to learn how to do it myself. That's how I could have 10 plus books. That's how I could help other people publish their own books. That's how I could have my own courses on teaching people how to write and sell and publish their books from that frustrating moments. So those negative moments were catalysts, were springboards to lead me to what I truly want out of life. I've always wanted to be a great businessman. That's one of my major purpose goals, is to be a great businessman. And that frustrating period is leading me to that future. So again, three ways on how to stay optimistic and positive during negative circumstances is: one, understand life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's the pathway. Those negative valleys are leading to the peaks. They're leading to the peaks. They're the steps to the peaks. Any great entrepreneur, that's why I love interviews and I love reading biographies. Every great entrepreneur had a valley moment that springboarded them to a peak advantage. Number two is understand that your current attitude is leading to your future altitude. Your current attitude is leading to your future altitude. If you could be positive in those negative moments, you deserve to be positive in the future. See, people think successful people have great lives all day, every day, and it's just cookie cutter life. No, they go through tough times too. They just know how to handle them. They keep their attitude positive. They know how to handle. That's why a guy can go bankrupt, keep the same positive attitude, keep the same millionaire attitude, and then replenish his money. It's happened many a times. Your president done it. Because it's the attitude. It's an attitude that no matter what's going on, I know I win. I know I'll win. And that current attitude will lead to your future altitude. And number three, understand that your negative situations are a springboard, are a catalyst, are a trampoline to your future plans and destination. This negative moment is motivating you. It's telling you need to make a shift. You need to learn something. I have it in Destiny on Purpose on the chapter of failure. It's a great chapter, Law of Success number 13, one of my favorite. Because I misunderstood it for a long time until my mentors really taught this to me. There's only two reasons negative things happen in our lives. Two reasons, only two. Very, very simple. Only two reasons why negative things happen in our lives. Number one is for us to make a shift. There's something in our attitude. There's something in our mindset. There's something in our belief system. There's something in our habits. There's something that we think should be true, but it's not true, that we need to shift. It's teaching us to shift in some way. Or number two reason why negative things happen to us or failure happens to us is because for us to learn something. That's the only reason, for us to make a shift or to learn something. So either when these negative things happen, they're motivators to push us to learn something new or to make a shift in our lives. That's the only reason why negative circumstances happen. So if you understand that, you'll be motivated. Okay, I had a guy that says, when something negative happens, start clapping. That means that something life is pushing you towards a direction that you need to be. And I hope this served you. I hope this served you well. This is how I stay optimistic in negative situations. My life is not perfect. Trust me, by any means. Jazz's life is not perfect. But we always keep a smile on our faces. We're always a little bit more upbeat in the down times because we understand those three things that I explained. Well, again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me. But either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. If you haven't checked out my work, please check it out. I mean, I'm pretty good, especially in my writing. Check out The Nerd Who Saved the Universe. It's a very condensed version, a story form of my book, Destiny on Purpose, How to Get What You Truly Want Out of Life. And check out Destiny on Purpose, How to Get What You Truly Want Out of Life, to understand the 20 laws of success, the shift in mind, the shift in habits, and the shift in belief system that creates success in our lives. Love is love. Miriam, Amy, Tasha, and everybody else I didn't give a chance to shout out. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the love. Navig, thank you so much. Love is love. I appreciate all of you. Have a blessed and wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Cut me at the end, man. Please check out the beginning. This is great content. This is to help change your life as well as, and this is exactly how I changed my own. Love is love, and I appreciate all of you. Namaste. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I took a shower today, so. Thank you for the compliment, buddy. All right, everybody. Bye.